My mom handed me a suitcase and said, "You can't live here anymore." I was 28 and had nowhere to go. The door shut behind her, and that awful click felt like a verdict. I stood in the kitchen with a half-packed suitcase at my feet, and my life folded into two pieces, before and after. I'd left my partner 3 months earlier. I thought mom would be on my side. Instead, she looked at me like I'd broken something she couldn't fix. I grabbed the suitcase and walked out into a drizzle that made the sidewalk smell like wet newspaper. My phone buzzed. No missed calls, no messages that mattered. I called a friend who answered with a long, guilty, and then, "I can't, couch is full." I ended up at a 24-hour diner with a suitcase under my chair, watching a waitress stack plates like she'd done it 1,000 times and could pretend the world made sense. At 3 a.m., when the city finally let me sleep, I opened the suitcase to find not just clothes but a thick envelope. Inside, a passport, a one-way plane ticket to Madrid, and a single sheet of paper that said, "Don't look back." No explanation. My hands shook. Was this a kindness or the final shove? For the first day, rage kept me upright. I imagined every late-night call I'd made to mom, every "I'm fine" that wasn't. I imagined her standing in that doorway, watching me leave and feeling nothing. Midway through the second day, with nowhere to go and a plane in my pocket, I decided to confront her. She wasn't home. Instead, a man in a crisp suit handed me a folder and said, "Your mother asked me to meet you." In the folder, photos of my ex in places he shouldn't have been, bank transfers, boring little receipts that suddenly meant danger. The suit explained, "She found out he wasn't just controlling, you were being watched. She staged the eviction to get you out before he knew." Everything flipped. The shove that felt like betrayal became a rescue plan I'd mistaken for abandonment. I cried then, not from anger, but from an odd, exhausted relief. She arrived 5 minutes later, hair messy, eyes raw. She didn't ask for forgiveness. She said quietly, "I couldn't keep you safe here." I nearly left for Madrid that night, passport clutched like a talisman. In the end, I didn't run. I stayed, turned the evidence over to the people who could act, and watched my mother become less the villain I'd imagined, and more the person who'd quietly decided I mattered more than her pride. The suitcase that started as an exile ended up being a doorway, one I'd never known she'd planned.